Coach Seawell, welcome into the Blitz. How you doing this morning?
Great. Thanks, Martin. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you for getting up and at it early this morning with us. Coach, it was Father's Day, and I know that you are a very blessed father and enjoy that role as much as any role you have. But as you watched yesterday, I know you kind of take that same philosophy as Coach Saban. You take these young men when they get here, and you pretty much father them, love them, take care of them, and protect them, etc. How proud were you yesterday as you watched Thomas, Mullinax, and even Robbie Shelton getting and finishing the way they did on the pro tour yesterday?
Oh, yesterday was a fun, what a great weekend. But yesterday was really, I was almost as nervous as any time at my job. You know, Justin in the last group of the day at the U.S. Open, which is a really big deal, and so I know it didn't go the way he wished yesterday, but I was really proud of them, how they represent. And I try to remind myself and them too. They're 24 years old, and Robbie's just 21, and so really proud of what they do, how they do it. It also shows why we were really, really good. I think somebody told me we had 8 different guys play in the combination of the matches of the 3 match, you know, the 2012, 13, 14 finals that we made, and 7 of them were playing yesterday. So that's a big deal. It shows you why I may be not as good a coach as people like to think I am, but it shows we had great players when I was here.
Well, Coach, I've heard way too many great coaches say great players make great coaches, and you do your job by going out and recruiting them. And before we get into the specifics of each player, I had no idea it was 7. I just talked about the 3, the 2, Justin Thomas and Mullinax to finish in the top 10 at the U.S. Open. And, of course, Robbie Shelton, as you said, only 21, getting his first pro win yesterday on the McKenzie Tour. But, Coach, talk about the importance of recruiting, how this impacts what you're attempting to do. As, you know, you're not satisfied with where you've been as a coach. You want to continue that process and progress.
I think the biggest thing to understand is, you know, coach isn't the creator of talent. That's really is God's job. It is our job to go find the talent, but also the people who will fit, you know, the university, me, the surrounding area that we're in a way that is unbelievable. And we go all over the United States to do that. It's not local kids. It's not, you know, it's just all over. And it is the lifeblood of a program, the players. And so, in fact, I'm on the road right now, on the way down to Dothan, Alabama to go watch, believe it or not, 13 and 14-year-olds to kind of start getting some names together for future classes. And at the end of the week, I'll stay down there and watch the older guys. So it is everything we do, and not just the talent part, but who they are, how they handle it. Golf is such a game of character, and you really, I believe, need to watch a lot of people play a lot to get an understanding of who they are and how they handle adversity. And yesterday was a good point of how Justin handled it. I was really proud of his 63 on Saturday, but I was just as proud of how he handled yesterday's 75, which was very disappointing to him.
Yeah, Coach. Well, first of all, are you the Lane Kiffin of golf? You're offering? No, just kidding. You know, Kiffin offered a 6th grader. You're just looking and getting names, right?
Yes.
All right.
I haven't offered anybody yet out of high school yet, but I have always watched, you know, 12 years old, 13 years old. I think everybody has a talent. Everybody grabs a violin and starts it. Mary had a little, and some just better at it. And you like to see natural talent to put names down. Young kids that have been to our camp you want to support also. And so, yeah, we go watch young people. We haven't. It's getting closer to everybody offering, but we haven't done it yet.
All right, this is Coach Jay Seawell, University of Alabama men's golf coach, having 7 guys playing in the final. Since that's a 5-year window. And you had 7 players in the final pairings on the USA Open and 2 that finished in the top 10. Coach, you know, us football crazy people around here don't fully appreciate your game and understand your game. And I put myself in that category, but It humbled me after my first time on the course, and I changed my mind. But if you've never played golf, just go do it one time. Just one time, and it will totally humble you. But, Coach, it's not just talent. It's not just playing golf. How much does the type of game you have, long ball versus driver versus chipper versus putter, play into it? Because Justin Thomas, after his 63 round, when he found out that Trey played into the final round, made the statement, he's a lot like Dustin Johnson, one of the top players in the world, and his game fits this course, the U.S. Open.
Yeah, it's just like speed in football, speed in basketball, height. You can't really teach it, and the more you have of it, the better it is. And so that's what we do. I think, it's a gift how fast you can throw a ball, or how fast you can hit a ball, how far you can hit a ball. And so that's what we do in recruiting. You'd prefer everybody to be able to hit it a long way, but Brian Harmon yesterday proved that he finished second and played at Georgia, and I've known him since he was 15, 14 years old. A guy doesn't hit it very far, but he's a great competitor, and I think that's the biggest thing in the end. Yes, we'll take all these talented attributes, but who wants to compete? And that's what made our team special during those times. And I believe the ones we got coming up is when you compete, you get better, and you pull. It's just like you said. Justin pulls for Trey. Trey pulls for Justin, but they also compete. And by their good play, they pull each other along, and that's why we were so successful there for so many years.
Coach, I'm trying to get all this in, man. What? Like I said, what a weekend. Speaking with Coach Jay Seawell, coach of the University of Alabama's men's golf team. 2 players finishing in the top 10. One on day one. On day 2, a 63 in the U.S. Open. And it drives me nuts when I hear some of these people talk about, well, it's not that big a deal because the course was this and the course was that. And, of course, they refer back to, and I cannot remember the gentleman's name that had the only other 63. But in relative to par, this is the lowest score ever. I don't care what the course was doing. This is not the first time a course has done this. What Justin did on Saturday is among the great performances all time. And he's proven it's not a fluke because he did it even earlier this year as well. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. And I think we've gotten in that kind of world these days that nobody wants to appreciate something new.
Right.
We all, us old guys, believe our generation is so much better than the new generation. And it just, it's kind of like the Warriors. They're not a super team. I don't know why we've gotten into that kind of mindset. We don't want to appreciate what's in front of us. And that's okay. Johnny Miller, 63 at Oakmont, was a final round and all, and you can compare, but 63 at 63, 900 at the U.S. Open is the greatest round to par ever, and that's just all you have to say. For me, it was phenomenal. I'm running around, high-fiving my son. We're watching like it's a basketball or a football game. It was unbelievable, the shots he was pulling off. 300-yard par, 3-wood. Come on now. That's just serious golf, and then to back it up and to make the putt. So it was a special day, and Justin tends to find a way to do special things, and I think we're just in the beginning stages of that. Like I said, he's only 24 years old. There's a lot of great ahead of him.
Yeah, Coach, like you said, 63 is 63. If it was not a big deal, you wouldn't have that 40-plus year gap or whatever it was, no matter what the score was. And like you said, the way he did it, but then he came back and he struggled a little bit in the first 4 or 5 holes, had a couple double bogeys, but then then he regrouped and finished strong, still finishing in the top 10. It's kind of funny. He was 8 under, which is normally a lot higher up on the leaderboard at the U.S. Open. Several other guys had great rounds. But let's look at Trey. Even though Trey we didn't hear as much about his round, 24 years old from Gardendale High School. He birdied 16, 17, and 18 to finish out. How impressive is that, considering he's trying to get into that top 10? He had to do that to get into the top 10 at a U.S. Open course like Erin Hills.
It was unbelievable, and I'm so proud of Trey. First major ever.
Yes.
And here he is, like you said, a guy from Gardendale who was maybe not as polished as some who came, but one of the most athletic people I have ever coached or even seen play the game. and he's in the infant stages of really becoming a star if he continues to believe. You know, he four-putted the 15th hole for double bogey, which I think everybody listening can put their arms around. They can put their arms around the four-putt. He four-putted the 15th hole for double bogey to kind of send him kind of in a tailspin maybe, but birdie in the last 3 holes shows who I think he's becoming. Only one more person there was only one guy who hit more greens in the entire tournament than Trey, and that was the winner, Brooks Koepka. That's who Trey is. And, yeah, Trey really, really, I think, took a huge step in becoming a great PGA player. And looking forward, I think it's also going to spring forward his year. He got married this year, and so just a lot of fun stuff for me as a coach to watch. And I was, like I said, I had to watch Trey on the phone. They didn't put any of his on the TV, unfortunately. Yeah,
when you look at Trey, you think first Open, what a finish, what a great job, in getting to get a top 10 finish in your first major period would be impressive, but the U.S. Open, and based on the toughness of that course, what a job he did. As we can talk about the toughness of that course, the top 3 players, you know, in the world not making it, with Dave, McIlroy, and Johnson, 3 of the top players not making it. But you talk about that leaderboard, Coach. It's guys from the South all over that leaderboard. From the winner being from Florida State, Florida State, Harmon being from Georgia, your 2 guys. I mean, is the South the king of golf, much like it is in the other sports, basketball and football and baseball?
Not historically, but it has become. It is becoming more and more as golf has grown in the South. You know, it's always been a California, and believe it or not, a Northeast, Midwest.
Correct.
Have been a lot of where your major winners have been from. But the South, over the last 15, 20 years, 30 years, as they've built golf courses and programs continue to grow, and especially in the collegiate level, the South itself now is the training ground for the golfer. And I think we're just starting to see the beginning stages of that. And so maybe not quite as much as football, but we're getting there.
That's right. And coaches like yourself and other great SEC coaches doing a lot to go toward that. Coach, what's next for the University of Alabama men's golf? You down looking at the future stars, some a little closer to immediate, but also getting in on those 13, 14-year-olds. What's the summer like for Coach Seawell and for Alabama men's golf?
It is truly just recruiting. We do have our guys are playing a lot of summer stuff. I was really proud of Jonathan Hardy on Saturday, won the Southeastern Amateur, as I said, and Lee Hodges. Both these guys are seniors. Will be seniors. Lee Hodges finished 3rd in the prestigious Sonny Hanna up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So our guys are busy getting after it. The summer is really, truly where they get better. It gives them a chance to just play without school on their back or even a coach on their back a little bit. They just get to freely play the game. And so I really am excited about what the guys are doing this summer, because I think we really have a special team coming in the fall, and look forward to seeing what those guys can do, because I do believe special things can happen. We have that kind of talent.
Well, Coach, I enjoyed talking with you about golf, and you and I both know that we got something even more important than our national teams out there, as our young ladies are going to be going up and playing a little basketball as they head to camp and play date up at Birmingham Southern with the Northridge Jaguars. So I know you pulling for that. You have fun there, and if I can make it up there, which I'm going to try, I'll kind of give you an update on what's happening up there as well. How about that?
That'd be great, Martin. I appreciate it. I think the girls are getting better, and I'm excited. It sounds like the practices are going better, and I'm looking forward to sitting in the stands and trying not to yell at referees with you.
Hey, yeah, you and I, maybe we can sit beside each other this year.
That'd be great. Maybe we can do it.
All right, thanks, Coach. Anytime you need to tell us what's going on over there, don't hesitate to give me a call, and I'll do likewise if we get a little closer to let everybody know what's coming up for men's golf at the University of Alabama. Congratulations on a great weekend as the golf coach, golf father for the young men that did so well. Have a great day, Coach.
Thank you, Martin. Thanks for having me. Roll Tide.